Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And I'm going to show some more cards from the 19th century. I've been showing a few of those lately and I just thought I'd go ahead and pull some of these cards out. Now every card I'm going to show you here, there's less than 5 that exist. These are pretty rare, and when it comes to cards like the Old Judge and cards like I show this, like the lower card, there's very few examples of these, like I said earlier. Very, very tough to come by when you're talking about 19th century cards from 1886. And the reason I brought this one out is because it's got King Kelly there. And I showed an Anson card yesterday. I showed the Mayo Cup plug. And today I'm going to show you the King Kelly, the 1886 that goes on along with this. Because the year, this is the 1886, and the season stats are in the back here. And I've shown this in a couple videos ago. This is my latest pickup to my some of my 19th century collection. So what I want to show today is that there's a few different looks to the 1886 Old Judge cards. And the thing with these Old Judges is that they produced them from 1886 all the way through 1890. Most of the time you'll see that they're just dated 1887, even though they were not printed all in 1887. It was like a 3 to 4 year period that they were printed in. And this particular one here was actually printed in 1886. It's one of the first versions of the Old Judge cards that exist. And the reason I know that is because of the way that the Old Judge is done up here. And these cards are a little bit smaller than the ones that were produced more to the 1889 period, 1888-89 period, even though they're still the same series. They're still Old Judge cards. They were produced by the Goodwin and Company. Here, let's take a really good look at this card from 1887, King Kelly. And as you know, I've done a lot of stories on King Kelly. He was the star of the day. He was the most famous athlete back in the day. And the cool thing about this particular card is that there's 2 portraits of King Kelly. One in the Chicago shirt and one in the Boston shirt. Chicago was the team he was on in 1886. And then he was traded to Boston. So that's why he appears. Most of his cards are going to show him in the Boston. So technically, this would be his rookie card. I mean, this lower card came out a little bit earlier than that, but this would be his rookie card because it was really the first card produced for him, the first portrait card produced in the Old Judge, or in any, I think in any card series. And you could see there it says a $10,000 Kelly. He was signed to a $10,000 bonus, and you could read there, you could barely read it, but it tells you Goodwin and Company, and it has the address and stuff of Goodwin there. And this is the Kelly with the Chicago shirt. There's less than 5 of these that are actually graded by PSA. So it's very, very rare. This one is a 1, but the photo is awesome. And the reason it's a 1 because it was stuck on an album. They're all blank backed, but the reason that the photo is good is because it was stuck on an album. And sometimes that's the way that you get these, because they're photographs, and it's very, very tough to get very clear photographs in this 1886. I call them 1886 Old Judge series. Let me show you another one here. This is Gil Hatfield, and this is the highest graded of Gil Hatfield. It's in a 6, and again, good picture, which is really the main reason when you're really looking at these cards from 1888. You can't really go by the actual grade, because it's the photograph. And a lot of times, technically, PSA will look at the card and look at the borders and grade it with the borders. But a lot of times in these pictures, they're faded. And when it's faded, even though it could be graded of, you know, a high grade, it's still, you know, you can't see the photo. So it shouldn't be. Again, when you're dealing with older stuff like this, it's more eye appeal than anything. I've seen these cards of Kelly that are faded, washed out, higher grades. You know, so buy the card, not the grade. But I'll show you the Hatfield card here. Pretty cool. It looks like he's catching a ball here. You see the old uniform with the belt. It looks like he's out in the pasture, but he's really in the studio. You can see the base there. And again, this is copyright by Goodwin and Company, 1888. You see, so this particular card was printed in 1888. Like I said, one of the later series. And it doesn't have the Old Judge here, it has it down here. So you see the difference with that. And again, it's a blank back. Some scratches on that, but I actually bought this card raw and had it graded myself. And again, this is scratches on here. You can't, you know, the card has no issues. You can see how bad the slab is, all scratched up. I got this graded a long time ago. It's an old one. But anyway, that's it. You can see down there, it's almost handwritten. Copyright 1888 Goodwin and Champion. The old shoes. Like I said, all this stuff here is on the actual slab. So beautiful. He's from New York. So you can see Hatfield, third base from the New York. So I had a lot of the old judges, a few old judges, not a lot, but I had a few of them, and I really got rid of most of the ones that were not high grade or the picture was bad and stuff. So I just kept a few of them. This one's from the New York team, so I kept that one, and the other one I kept was really the highest graded one that I had, and that was this one. Let me expand out here a little bit. And that was this one here, this particular one here. And this is the Jack Clemens. This is in, I was gonna get this reslabbed, but this is in the, I think these were the first SGC holders ever made, way back when. And this is probably the best, one of the best Old Judge cards that you're ever gonna find as far as condition wise. It's basically a mint card. This would grade out to an 8.5, according to the scale here. 94, I think, or 96 starts with mint. I'm gonna wipe that down. I'll give you a good look at what an actual Old Judge card looked like when it came out of a pack. This is what an Old Judge card looked when it came out of a pack. Again, blank back. You can see it's all blank back. But take a good look at it. Just a beautiful, beautiful card, a beautiful picture. Again, this one is going to be from older series, 1886 versus the other one. So again, you saw this says 1888, but this was actually from 1887, but it's actually 1888. This one would be more about the 1887 series, which is a little different than this one here, as you can see in the bottom. So essentially, this is 1886. This is more about 1887, and this one is 1888. So I wanted to give you a good look at the different years and what they actually would look like. You know, what they look like in different years. So let's take a really good look at this Jack Clemens, because you're not going to see any mint cards from the Old Judges. So I'll give you a look at that. That's what a mint Old Judge card looks like. Great picture. Really, really clear. See, this is Clemens. Actually, this is from 1887 also. There it is, 1887. So this is kind of an 1887 in between. And this is the 1888. So I don't know what it looks like. It's got something on the floor there. Or maybe that's a fake base. I don't know. But anyway, he's from Philadelphia. And you get a good look. I'll give you a good look at this guy. It's slightly off-centered, side to side, but if it wasn't for that, that's a mint Old Judge card. So I'll share that with you guys, give you another good look at the Clements. So that is an 1887 Old Judge. And you see they had like a little number in the corner up there. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Again, they were a picture that was taken at a studio, and then they were numbered or they were written on by hand. Somebody wrote stuff on there, you know, like this, $10,000 Kelly. So it's neat cards. If you hadn't seen any of these before, I wanted to kind of give you a good look at some of these old Judge cards in person. Not in person, but as best as I can give you. So again, a little bit different. This is the biggest set ever produced, bigger than the T206, bigger than any set out there. There are a total of over 5,000 different cards with different poses of different players. I think there's a total of 12 Kelly cards, 2 portraits, one with Chicago and then one with Boston. And the rest are batting and other standing with the bat, holding bat at side, stuff like that. So there's about 12 King Kelly cards because he was one of the most popular players in the era. And of all of these other guys, there's always 3 or 4 of those players also that existed. So that's what they did back then. They would make the cards in 1886, 87, 88, 89. And as far as 1890, they were still producing some old Judge cards. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thought I'd share some really old cards. And hope you enjoyed it. One of my favorites, again, the King Kelly card. Just love that card. I want to give you guys a good look at it again. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome, awesome day. It's Orlando for My Collector's Dream, and I'll catch you on the next one.